um, and I mean, yeah, it totally makes sense. And so, with you intentionally running a smaller business now, like, do you have more peace? Do you have more, like, you find that you're not as stressed as you were before?
Yeah, I mean,
The,
completely, right? So, I mean, I intentionally work from my home. It's my home studio. Just before I got on this podcast, I was about 1 minute, 2 minute late, I will admit. I was walking my dog, doing the 2:30 walk, right? When she's hanging out. So I get to do that in the middle of the afternoon. I enjoyed the day. It's a beautiful day here. That free space, I don't bring my phone. I go for that walk with Willie. And so now I can show up right now on this call. Like, do I seem stressed on a Friday at 3 o'clock? No.
no.
No. I don't have to worry about the
With
travel.
you would have probably been like, oh my gosh, okay, so we have this wedding this weekend, and we have that, like, because weekends probably were like crazy.
Oh, it was crazy. It's 3 o'clock. I didn't get anything done. Oh my gosh, I'm under deadline. Oh, I can't make this podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry, Samantha, I can't make it. Or I'm short on the call, right?
Yeah.
It comes across.
Oh, absolutely.
It's across.
Well, and being able to be present, right? Like, I think that it's another thing of exactly what you're saying, being able to, like, a lot of us start these businesses thinking, oh, I want to create more time with my family. I want to create, like, we have these goals that are more, like, kind of life balance type thing. Like you said, like walking the dog at 2:30 in the afternoon. But then all of a sudden we start the business and we lose focus on that. We totally, and all of a sudden we're doing like 100-hour weeks and we're constantly stressing and thinking about it and up half the night. How do I market? How do I do this? How do I do that? And that's where having someone that's been there, done that, and having people around you that are going through similar things, that's where the value of that is because other people can kind of help hone you back down and be like, now, hold on.
Yeah.
let's look at this. And I actually wanted to ask you, so I know that you have your business focus method, and I wanted you to kind of talk about that a little bit and about like what that is.
Yeah, right. Perfect queued up. You talk about you got to be focused on your business, as you just said, right? And this is exactly what it is, the business focus method. What do we focus on, right? In our business. What don't we focus on, right? And that's exactly where I try to help people, right? Because what happens is, if I can explain the story a little bit, right? And this may be familiar. I'll visually explain it for people listening. But we're entrepreneurs. We have these ideas. They're awesome, right? Oh, yes, woo! You're on top of that hill. It's all gravy. It's awesome. Life is perfect, right? So now we dig into it. And as we dig into it, we're kind of like sliding down the slope right now. I don't know. Did I do the right thing? I don't know. And then we get down into that valley, right? And we're like, nah, this sucks. I'm out. And then we go back to the top, right? And you'll start to see a pattern in yourself because you start something, great idea, get the slippery slope, you get down the valley, and you continue to repeat this process over and over again. You start to see a pattern versus staying down that valley because we're all been there. And the hard part is going back up the hill, right? We have to like punch through, dig in deep and get back up the summit to go to the top of Mount Everest because that's exactly the pinpoint spot you want to be. And it's clear. It's very clear. If I do this, I get that. Also, in order to get up to the Mount Everest, to the top of that peak, that valley is called base camp. Okay. And in order to summit to Mount Everest, you got to be at base camp and you got to have a team of people. Somebody that knows how to do the tents, the maps, the lines, the gear, the safety, and every single person has a unique job, right? Mm-hmm. So once you pull that team together at base camp, that valley there, then together you can punch up, get up to the summit a lot easier and get to the top of Mount Everest.
Yeah. Well, and I love what you said. That's a really great analogy, right? Because as entrepreneurs, we do have fantastic ideas, but it's that shiny new object syndrome, right? Like, and it's, and the way you explained it is perfect. Like we're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. We kind of start sliding down because we have to start working in it and it's new. And so of course it feels weird and we're not sure and uncomfortable. Yeah. And then by the time we get down to the bottom, we're like, okay, this is not fun. It doesn't seem like it's going anywhere because at that point it's only been maybe a few months tops and you've not given enough time. You've not done the work. You've not done anything. And you're like, oh, this is awful. Oh, but I have this other idea. Okay, shiny new object. Time to start this other thing. right? And like you end up exactly what you said, going up, down, up, down.
And you basically reset everything. You're starting over again. You're wasting time. Now you got to do it all over again. You're starting the race all over again.
Yes. And no matter what business you're in, you have to push through and start climbing the mountain of whatever that is for your business, whatever it is that you want to reach. No matter what goal it is, there's no hack that's going to get you there overnight. That's why I tell people plant seeds, keep it simple, and stay consistent. You have to have that consistency, and you have to be willing to continue to be uncomfortable. And, it's that whole new level, new devils. Like, no matter where you're getting, you have to learn something new. And if you come at it with the mindset of like a forever student and like, okay, let me learn this because I know, so if I learn it, I'm going to move to the next level. When you come with that energy versus like, oh, I got to deal with this thing again. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to do it. Okay, I'm out. Forget it. Those
Yeah.
are two totally different energies.
Yeah.
One's going to get you where you want to go. The other one is going to never get you to your goal.
No, and it can be frustrating. You feel like you didn't make any movement, well, because you didn't, but you just didn't give yourself enough time. And honestly, it's because it's a lonely island by yourself, and you start questioning everything. So back to information, ChatGPT, Google it, Claudia, whatever you're doing to get information is great, but what you're missing is a community of other people to realize, hey, am I on the right path? Who else wants to come to base camp with me? Right?
Yeah.
And you need that base camp. You need that team. Whatever they may be. Could be friends. Could be that. You need a team of people that they're on the same path. Maybe they're not in your business, but they're all on the same path to get to Mount Everest. And that's okay.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yes.
Well,
and honestly, the community I have, that's the reason I created it, is because when I started my business, I couldn't find a community out there besides my Earth, where I had no clue who the people were on the other side of the string. And then the other thing is, like, I would get 50 different answers to a question. And so finally I was like, I want to know, like, I want it to feel like a sisterhood, like a family. Like, I want to know who these people are and like us be able to help each other a little in the way. And what I found is the people that are farther along, the newbies kind of bring in that fresh energy to like remind them, oh, I used to be there. Look at how far I've come. And then, the ones that have been there for a while have wisdom to help give the newbies. And so there's this amazing balance that happens when you have a community of people that can support you, like you're talking about. And it's hard to find, but once you find your people, it's a game changer in your business for sure.
And that's it's not about coaching, right? It's not about coach and how many hours and how many 3 hours, 5 hours. That's not, we can't look at it that way. Back to the destination, Mount Everest. You want to get to the top? Here's how we're going to do it. Right?
Yes. Absolutely. Well, I'm even looking into a mastermind right now of other people that kind of like you said, because I want to continue to grow so I can help my ladies grow too. Right. And so I'm at a place where I'm like debating on, do I invest this money to be able to grow, because it's worth, like, I want to grow more. I want to have better things for them, because the farther along I get, the more I can help bring them along with me. And so it feels very aligned. But, back to kind of what you were saying about like the business focus method. So I know for you kind of help people with ADHD as well. Like, that's kind of one of your books. It's one of the topics so do you have ADHD, or do you typically just like coach with ADHD?
I mean, you need to be one to know. Yeah, that's what I say, right? I mean, I need to be one to know one. And because I can have a conversation with somebody that has 300 conversations in 1 hour and be completely on track with every single conversation they have. And the other person can totally relate to that. Like, wow, this is a great conversation. Yeah, because we just had about 100 conversations in about 1 hour, and I was right on top of you, and you were on mine as well. Kind of like what we're doing right now, right? Versus having this conversation with somebody who's very analytical, really into details, that question the process. Like, well, what exactly do you mean when you say... And it becomes a frustrating conversation. It's like, come on, go with the flow here. We're all like, and they get frustrated. And so when you find new people, you tend to listen more, or listen to the stories that can get you to open up, not shut down, right?
Yes.
So I get people to open up, see a vision, see that it's actually, they actually lead them to the decision. Yeah, this is actually believable. This is true. You know, and so it's like, how, Scott, how can I bring this to a $250,000 photography business? Or whatever business you're in, right?
Yeah.
I had another consultant I was working with this morning, right? And she's like, I don't know if I'm ever going to do this. The time we were done that 30-minute call, I kind of explained to her, like, $250,000 business, for you to do that, it's not going to take much.
Right.
And she came to that conclusion. I got her there, but then she goes, yeah, what am I doing? I just need 20 people. Like, why am I running ads all over the world? If I can help 20 people, that's all I can handle. Yeah. So let's find 20 people. But I broke that down so it didn't seem overwhelming to give up. And we give up because it doesn't seem believable. Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that number seems like, like 250,000, for instance. It seems like, oh my gosh, that's so much. But like you said, when you break it down to, okay, well, how many sessions, like for instance, I had one of my ladies not too long ago that she was like, I want to make, and I don't remember what the number was. Let's say $5,000 a month.
Right. Whatever it is. It's not about the money. It's about attainable
the
belief they can actually do it. Going from 0 to 5K is a big deal, but like, no, you can do it. Like,
yeah. Well, and the second you break it down is the other piece too, because the second we broke it down, I was like, okay, it turns out that's 3 sessions a week. So it's working 3 mornings a week. And she would meet that, the amount she wanted to meet. Once she, like, it was like a light bulb went off. She was like, Ruth, like you've got to look at those things and break it down, like start with the point that you want to get to and then backtrack it. Like, okay, but sometimes it takes another person's perspective and the back and forth to see it correctly and to have someone ask those questions and hold that space for you.
yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what I try to do with the business focus method. What are we going to focus on? And what small changes are we going to do in your business? And when you identify many different things you can identify to help a business owner, but if we just identify on 12 different things, lead generation, drip campaigns, cost cutting, that sort of thing, right? Marketing, advertisements, those are key elements in a business.